Hey, it's Glenn. Welcome to week 2. Here I am on Canvas on our syllabus page as usual. And let's drop by week 2. We're going to read chapter 1 in our book and discuss that, attitude. And our activity for the week is to set our career goal. So let's take a look at that. Okay. So we're going to pick one art career goal, 3 categories within that goal. Write an elevator pitch. Full details here. Okay, so we are on schedule week 2 career goals. Let's take a look. So there's lots of information. I won't go through all of it right now. I'll let you go ahead and read it. But a lot of students have tried a lot of things during your time at the School of Art, and so there's a tendency to have multiple career goals. As you try to think what you want to do, exhibit in a gallery, get hired by an animation studio, advertising agency, design shop, private collector, maybe teach some fiber art workshops, maybe apply for that preparator internship over at the Broad. And the more things you pick, the less likely any of them are to work out. You really need to pick one thing, put other options on a shelf. You're not giving them up forever, but you're going to give them up for a while and you can come back to them in the future. But we want to focus on one thing. So I'm talking about that. It's totally up to you. You can change anytime. If you make a choice and then a day later, a week later, a month later, or a decade later, you change your mind, then change your focus and move on. But as long as something is your focus, run with it. So once you do pick a career focus, then within that career goal, you want to pick 3 categories that you can show work in. So if I'd say I'd like to be an animator, then maybe my categories would be storyboards, backgrounds, and character designs. If I say I want to be a graphic designer, maybe my categories are branding, packaging, typography. If I say I want to be a painter, a gallery artist, then maybe my categories are painting, drawing, printmaking. If I'm an illustrator, it could be children's books, posters, cartoons. One type of photographer might be portrait, fashion, editorial. Another type of photographer might be documentary, photojournalism, experimental. Performance artist might be choreography, collaboration, site-specific works. Art director might be film and television, music videos, commercials. The list goes on, but the point is, within whatever your career goal might be, think of 3 areas, not necessarily areas that you have work in right now. We'll deal with that in the weeks ahead. But areas that would make sense that you would like to work in, or that, as an entry-level animator, what do people tend to get hired to do? Maybe that should be one of my categories, and so on. So now we've got a career goal, 3 categories. The next step is to put that into an elevator pitch. 1 career goal, 3 categories, 1 or 2 sentences that succinctly tell people what your goal is. I talk about the 4 C's: confident, clear, concise, compelling. Being confident is really critical. For many of us, that's going to be hard to do in the beginning. We don't feel like we have too much work. We don't feel like we're maybe worthy. We have a little bit of imposter complex. It's intimidating. But as we go through the weeks of the semester, you read the chapters and think about how you can put together a presentation on yourself. As you make new work and put it on your website, as you write about yourself, write an artist statement, all of the things that we will do this semester, I think your confidence will grow. And, it's worth doing some practice interviews or getting out there and talking to strangers. Not fun for most of us, but well worth doing. But do try to be confident, or try to get there. And then just be clear. When you write a statement, take out all the modifying words, whether it's your artist statement or your elevator pitch. This app, HemingwayApp.com, check this link out. It's free. It's really great at encouraging you to take out all of the qualifying words. Instead of hedging your bet and saying, well, I kind of sort of do something, just say, this is my thing. Really focus, communicate clearly and concisely. Just nail it, get to the point. And then after we've done all that, try also to be compelling, to find some little twist that emphasizes your strength. And then about page and Canvas URL. So go to your website and create an about page. In the coming weeks, we're going to add photos and your artist statement to this page, and it will become your about page for your portfolio. But to get started, we're going to put the stuff we just discussed on that page. Your specific career goal, your 3 categories, your brief elevator pitch, and then also talk about any thoughts, discussions, questions, frustrations, confusion, anything for me or for yourself or for your classmates. You can also put on this page, and then paste the URL on Canvas. I'll show you that in a minute, although you did it last week, so it's probably straightforward. And then part 2 is 2B, your site's menu. So I hate when I land on artist websites, and this is not uncommon, I hate when I just see when there's a menu item called portfolio or works or projects, because it doesn't tell me what you do. It just sort of says, I'm not telling you what I do. You have to click this button and go to yet another page, and then I'll finally tell you what I do. Why make people work? Let's just get there right away. So instead of having your menu be something like portfolio or works or projects, why don't we do the 3 categories we just listed? So if I'm a graphic designer, why isn't my menu branding, packaging, typography, or whatever your categories would be? If I'm a painter, why isn't it figurative works, abstraction, sketches? I'm a documentary photographer, etc. So the home page that I don't like is I land on this website and it just says artistic journeys. What the hell is that? And whose website am I even on? And then it's got that stupid button that says work and doesn't tell me anything until I go to the next place. Better version to me would be to just be sure to tell me who you are. This is your homepage is the most out of all of the billions of web pages. This is the most important web page in the world for you. So don't be afraid to put your name on it, and you can make it big. So hi, I'm Vicky Marent. I'm a graphic designer, and here's my menu: home, branding, packaging, typography, or whatever your choices are, and then about and contact. It's good to have a button for the about page that talks about you, and there should be a button for the contact page, because that is the single most important page on your whole website, because the whole purpose of the website is to get people to click that contact button. The job of the website is to put you in touch with people. The job of the portfolio is to put you in touch with people. No one's going to look at your portfolio and then start sending you checks, right? They're going to look at your portfolio and say, maybe I want to work with you, let's talk. So the contact button is everything. And if you think about it, as someone moves around your website, looks at the different parts, they might hit your homepage and be gone in 1 second, or they might stay for 1 minute, or they might stay for longer. But however long they're on your site, on every page, with every sentence they read, with every piece of art they look at, they have essentially 3 choices. They can say, this isn't the person I'm looking for, hit the back button, or this might really be the person I'm looking for, hit the contact button, or I'm not sure yet, show me some more stuff. So if they hit the back button, that's fine. Letting people who you aren't a good match with go is always okay, because we want to be specific and connect to the people where there could be a real match, not worry about the people who weren't going to work with us anyway being cut loose. So letting people go is always fine, but showing work that drives them hopefully toward that contact button. So anyway, that's the menu. So Vicky Marent graphic design, Vicky Marent performance art, home, performance, installation, public art, scientific work, etc. So you're going to sketch, and by sketch I only mean doing this. You're going to sketch the homepage of your website, your name, what your title is. For the 80% of the class that's looking for a commercial art career of some sort, illustration, graphic design, and so on and so on, you probably want to be as specific as you're able with this title you give yourself. For the 20% of the class that's looking for a gallery career, it's up to you. If you really focus on painting, then say contemporary California abstract painter or whatever it might be. But artists often don't want to be quite that pinned down, and so you might just say artist or artworks or projects or something. That would be okay here for a gallery artist, but it wouldn't be such a good idea for a commercial artist. And then same thing, go back to that same about page and just add this menu, just that, except obviously your version, and then paste the URL. So let's take a look at that. So here's my brand new website, just launched last week like everyone else. And as you can see, it's got my name in the corner because it did that. And it's a sample page, a commitment to innovation and sustainability, and some architecture photo. So this is nothing I've posted. This is just kind of like the blank template, which is fine because we haven't done anything yet. So there shouldn't really be anything here. And obviously I'm going to change all this in the weeks ahead, but the fact that it's got this generic stuff right now is fine. Not worried about that. But what I do want to do is say new page. So this is WordPress. Most of us will be using Squarespace or Wix or something else, but whatever you use, it's going to be similar, new page. So it's giving me some patterns to choose for my page. I don't need those right now. I'm just going to say the page is about. And then I'm just going to put all the things we just talked about. And to save you the time of watching me type, I've kind of typed them out in advance. So here's my content for this page. So career goal, identity art, which is a gallery career for me. 3 categories. So these are a little bit different. They're probably not going to be your categories, but my 3 categories are reperform as part of identity art. My categories are reperformances, incarnation, and collaboration. And then here's my elevator pitch. All art is identity art. So interesting thing about that statement, if you think about it, obviously that's not probably true, or at least you could make an argument that that's never true or not always true, or that all art is about something other than identity. But sometimes I think this is, trying to stake out a space for yourself. So I made a statement that people could refute, but I'm not trying to be Wikipedia or something. I'm trying to talk about my take on life in this world. And if some curator at a gallery reads this and says, this guy's full of it, and what's it got to do with the highly representational portrait paintings that we exhibit, well, then we're not a good fit, which is fine. But if somebody reads that, maybe unusual or provocative, slightly provocative statement, interesting, I'm thinking about identity art, and maybe this person would be good. So I've made a statement that you could argue is not true, but it might be a fitting statement for me connecting to curators and so on. All art is identity art. I try to have a lighter author's hand to empower participants to express their own identity. People expressing their identity at Donald Trump's Star on Hollywood Boulevard, or simultaneously in RL and VR at Love Beach, or documentary projects that help people share how they live in this world. So that's a statement for me, the identity artist. Yours is probably going to be different. So I threw in, let's have a sample of something that's a little bit closer to what many of us might be using. So alternate statement, and again, yours will be whatever it is, your elevator pitch. So here's a different one. As a graphic designer, so for the few of us who are looking at gallery careers, that's going to be about you expressing your ideas, your conceptual thoughts, your aesthetics, and so on. For those of us, the majority of us probably, pursuing commercial careers, it's not about me. It's not, oh, we should do it this way because it would be awesome in my portfolio. That's not the point of the work. The point of the work is to help your employer, your client, whoever it is that we're talking about, accomplish their goals. And your aesthetics are going to come through. There's no problem. You will develop a style and people will seek you out for that style, but ultimately it's about them, not about you. So I don't want to talk about how my grandmother gave me a set of watercolors when I was 6 or other personal things, because it's not about me. It's about me helping you accomplish your goals. You have pain and I'd like to convince you that I can take your pain away. You have friction, I'd like to convince you that I can smooth that out, etc. You have problems, I'd like to convince you I can solve them. So as a graphic designer, my goal is to help you communicate clearly and effectively with your clients. And then how do I do that? You do some research. I don't just pick the coolest font this week. I pick a font that talks to your audience. So I do some research, helps me understand your goals and your clients' aesthetics and interests. From there, I make design choices that help you speak in a language that resonates with your clients. So that's a little bit closer to probably what most of us would be doing. So there, I've completed it, my career goal, my 3 categories, my elevator pitch, and then last thing is to just go ahead and sketch my homepage to do my menu. And here's that. So, Glenn Zuckman, identity art, home, reperformances, incarnation, collaborative works, about, contact. So that's what my homepage is going to look like. It doesn't look that way now, as we noticed, but I'll get to that later. This is plenty for this week. I know what the goal is. Boom, we're ready to go. So let me hit publish, view page. So here it is, demo, https://demo.glenn.zuckman.com/about. So now I'm just going to grab that URL, go back to Canvas, paste that in the URL box, hit submit. Confetti, yay, I'm done. And then obviously be sure to go do the discussion for the week. And that's our mission for week 2. Good luck. Shout if you have questions or if I can help with anything whatsoever. Have fun. Good luck. We're building our careers. Awesome.